Hi friends, this is Unit 1, Lesson 19 for second grade math. Today we are going to solve more word problems, however they are going to get a little bit more challenging. We will be working on two-step word problems. What that means is that there is going to be an extra step that you must do in order to solve the real question. It's kind of like a hidden question within the word problem that you will need to solve. The first two problems that we're going to do helps us see that hidden problem. And then the next few word problems, there's 5 more, you will have to figure it out without the book telling us what that hidden problem is. Make sure that you have a pencil and your math book open to page 55. Here we go. Lindsay brings in 5 cans for the school food drive. Olivia brings in 4 more cans than Lindsay. Matt brings in 6 more cans than Olivia. How many cans does Matt bring? So, in this story problem, we know that the final question is how many cans does Matt bring? Okay, we know some information about our people. We know that Lindsay brings in 5 cans, Olivia brings in 4 more than Lindsay, and Matt brings in 6 more than Olivia. So before we figure out how many, we kind of have to work backwards. So before we figure out how many Matt brought, I need to know how many did Olivia bring. I don't know how many Olivia brought. I do know, though, that she brought 4 more than Lindsay. So if I ignore Matt altogether, can I figure out how many cans did Olivia bring? It says Lindsay. I'm going to underline this part too. Actually, I'm going to circle it. So these first 2 sentences, that is like the hidden story problem. So I know that Lindsay brings in 5 cans for the school food drive. Olivia brings in 4 more cans than Lindsay. How many cans does Olivia bring? Sounds like a normal comparison bar problem, right? So go ahead and get your comparison bars ready. I know that I have Lindsay and Olivia. It tells me that Olivia brings in 4 more. So my O goes on top and my L goes on bottom for Lindsay. I have the numbers 5, 4, and there's more. So if you remember, the number that has more or fewer next to it always goes in the oval. And then the number that goes in the rectangles is what that person has. I don't know how many Olivia has. I do know that Lindsay brings in 5. So now I'm going to be solving for a total. So when I'm solving for a total, my only option is to add my 2 partners. So if I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then I know my answer is 9. 5, 4 dots to get an answer of 9. So am I done? Did I figure out how many cans Matt brought? Figured out how many Olivia brought. But now I can solve my real question. I know that Olivia brought 9 cans. I'm going to put a 9 up there. I don't normally do that, but when I'm solving a 2-step problem, it helps me keep my answers straight. Okay, so now I know I'm trying to figure out how many did Matt bring? Well, Matt brought in 6 more cans than Olivia. So again, I have comparison bars. So let's get those ready. And this time I have Matt and Olivia. what do I know? Who brings in more? It says Matt brings in 6 more cans than Olivia. So I'm going to put my Matt on top and Olivia right there. I know that Matt brings in 6 more. So that 6 goes here. Now, what is my other number? Is it 5? No. That's how many Lindsay brought in. Is it 4? No. We know that Lindsay brought in 4 more than Olivia. I'm trying to figure out how many Matt brought in. So that's my question mark. Where is this number? I hope you said 9 because you have to use what you solved first as part of this answer. So knowing that Olivia brought in 9 because I figured it out up there, I can now solve for my total. So again, when I'm solving for a total, I can add my partners together. I'm going to use my make a 10 strategy because I know that 9 is very close to 10. So here's my 10 plus 5 more to get an answer of 15. And I know that my label is cans. So, two-step word problems. They aren't necessarily hard equations to solve, but you do need to be very careful when you're reading to make sure you're solving that hidden question first. Let's turn the page and do another one like this. So number 2 says there are 14 computers in the school library. 5 girls and 3 boys are each using a computer right now. How many more children can use a computer? So for this problem, I know that I'm being asked to solve how many more children can use a computer. That is my main question. But I need to get there first. I don't have all the information I need in order to solve that problem. So let's go back. I know that there are 14 computers in the library, that there are 5 girls and 3 boys using computers. So first what I need to know is how many total computers are being used. So it says how many children are using computers right now. I know I have 5 girls and 3 boys. So I'm going to add those 2 numbers together, girls, boys, to figure out how many computers are being used right now. When I add 5 plus 3, I get an answer of 8. So how many children? So 8 children are using computers right now, okay? But my question is how many more children can use a computer? Basically, how many empty computers are there that other children can come in and use? Well, I know that there are 14 total computers. I know that 8 are being used. So if I have the number 14, if 8 are being used, is that going to be a minus or a plus? That's going to be a minus. Whoops. So 14 minus 8 equals something. So 14 total computers, 8 are being used. How many are unused that children can come in and use? So if I have 14 and I cross off 8, I am left with 6. Now on this one, you have to be very careful of your label because here our label is more children. Okay. So again, the equations are not challenging to solve, but you do need to be extra super careful as you're reading through your story problems. Even Mrs. Peterson, who is a great maths teacher and knows her stuff, struggles sometimes with two-step word problems because sometimes I read them too fast. So if you typically read problems fast, I really, really hope that you slow down a little bit and really try and understand this problem. All right. Grab page 57 from your math book. We have 3 word problems on this side, 2 word problems on this side, and then you have some just some mental math to finish. All right, let's get started. The instructions say, think about the first step question, then solve the problem. So chances are you're going to have 2 separate equations or like one equation in one drawing. You're going to basically be doing this in 2 different steps. These are called 2-step word problems. All right, let's get started. So it says, Mary has 17 tomatoes. She uses 9 tomatoes to make a sauce. Then she makes a salad with 4 tomatoes. How many tomatoes does she have left? So I'm going to use my cube strategy just to kind of see what's going on in this question. So I see 17, I see 9, and I see 4. Okay. My question is, how many tomatoes does she have left? Which means my label is tomatoes. Now I'm going to look for some key words. So I see the word uses. Uses tells me I'm going to subtract. I also see the word then. That might be a clue for part 2 of my word problem. And I see the word makes. So that is kind of like using. So I know that I'm trying to figure out how many tomatoes does she have left from her 17 after she uses 9 and then uses 4. So my first equation, I'm going to start with my 17. I know she uses 9. Can I do this right now? No way. We do not solve subtraction equations like that. Remember, this is a 2-step problem. So I'm going to solve the equations separately. So 17 minus 9, I can draw my 17 circles. And I can cross off 9 of them. Maybe you already know that the answer is going to be 8. Am I done? No. 2-step word problem. So now what I have to do is I know she has 8 after she makes her sauce. Then she makes a salad with 4 tomatoes. So now I'm starting with my 8. She's using 4 for her salad. Now how many does she have left? I hope you notice this is a doubles fact. So we get 4. So starting with 17 tomatoes, using 9, and then using 4, she has 4 tomatoes left. All right. Remember, at any time, if you need to pause the video to do your work, please do so. Number 4, there are 16 robins in a tree. Robin is a type of bird. 9 robins fly away. Then 4 blue jays fly into the tree. How many birds are in the tree now? So let's use our cube strategy to help us understand. I have 16, 9, and 4. My question is, how many birds are in the tree now? My label is birds, the word right after how many. I see some different labels. So I see robins. I see robins here. I also see that they fly away. So that tells me that's going to be like a minus. I'll put a little minus guy right there. I see blue jays. And I see that they fly into. So that is also a math clue word because now I'm adding back to the tree. So first I'm minusing because birds are leaving, and then I'm adding back into the tree because more birds are coming back. So in this two-step problem, we're going to do both a minus equation and an addition equation. So let's write our equation. It says 16 robins, 9 fly away. So if I start with 16, I'm going to minus 9. You can also do 9 plus box equals 16. So when I solve this problem, maybe you already know the answer because you're getting so good at your math facts. I know I have 7 left. Am I done? No, I am not. So there are 7 robins in the tree right now. Then what happens? Remember this guy right here? Then 4 blue jays fly into the tree. So I'm back to adding. So 7 plus 4 equals something. So 7, if I count on, I get 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 11, what's my label again? Not robins, not blue jays, just birds. Because now it's a mix of birds, like those collection word problems that we did a couple weeks ago. All right, big deep breath. We have 3 more word problems to go. Number 5 says, Julie has 6 red pencils. She has 2 more blue pencils than red pencils. How many pencils does she have in all? Again, we're going to use our cube strategy to help us figure out what we are doing in our problem. So I have a 6 and a 2. My question is, how many pencils does she have in all? That tells me my label is pencils. I see red. I see 2 more blue than red. And I see in all. What does in all tell me? In all tells me I'm going to add. So I know she has red pencils and blue pencils, and I want to know how many pencils, red and blue, does she have together? Okay. I see the word 6 red, 2 more blue. Does this sound like a comparison bar problem? It is indeed. So, what does she have more of, red or blue? She has 2 more blue. So my B is going to go on top and my R is going to go on the bottom. I know that any number next to my more or fewer goes in the oval. So there's the 2. And I know that she has 6 red. So that 6 goes in the red's rectangle. And now I can solve for my blue pencils. So I know if I'm missing a top number, a total, I'm going to do 6 plus 2 equals box to get me a total of how many blue pencils? 8. Excellent. So remember, for two-step problems, I like to write my number in that box just so I remember that I can use that information for my next problem. So remember, let's go back to our question. It says, how many pencils does she have in all? I know she has 6 red and 8 blue. How am I going to find in all? I'm going to add. So 6 plus 8, red plus blue, equals something. And I get an answer of 14. I feel like we see 6 plus 8 a lot in our problems. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 what? 14 red pencils? 14 blue pencils? How about 14 pencils? All right. You guys are doing great. I know this is a lot of work. Just a couple more problems. Okay. Lana had 9 sheep and some horses on her farm. Altogether, there were 17 animals. Her grandmother gives her 3 more horses. How many horses does she have on the farm now? So a couple of things here. I like to add the word then right here because I think it makes it a little more clear. But let's use our cube strategy to help us understand this problem. So I have 9 sheep, 17 animals, and 3 more horses. I'm trying to figure out how many horses does she have on the farm now. So does that mean that I don't need the sheep? No, we do need the sheep because the sheep is going to help us figure out how many horses are on that farm. Okay, so this is not an extra information problem. All right, so we're trying to figure out how many horses. I'm going to go back and circle my clue words. So I know that there's 9 sheep, some horses, all together 17. And let's just stop right there. That is a problem in itself. 9 sheep, some horses, 17 animals. Can I solve for that? Yes, I can. So I have 9 plus some horses equals 17. So if I solve that, I have a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I get an answer of 8. What does that 8 represent? 8 what? 8 horses. Is that my answer? No, it is not my answer. Okay, so now if I have 8 horses, let's see what happens. Remember her grandmother? Her grandmother gives, it's like adding, 3 more horses. So she had 8 horses. Her grandmother gives her 3 more horses. How many horses does she have now? If I do 8 and 3 circles, I can get an answer of 11. So 11 horses. Whew, that one was a little complicated, wasn't it? Again, you have to read them slow and use the cube strategy to help you figure out what is going on. Are you guys ready for your last one today? All right. Rafa has 13 marbles. He has 6 red marbles and the rest are green. Mia gives him some more green marbles. Now Rafa has 12 marbles. How many green marbles does Mia give Rafa? Okay. So I see the number 13, and I see the number 6, and I see the number 12. I'm going to underline my main question. How many green marbles does Rafa have? So here is my label. Now let's go ahead and see if we have any keywords. I know there are 6 red, and the rest are green, and that he has 13 marbles to start. So let's just stop right there. I know I can answer that question. 13 total marbles. 6 red, the rest are green. That is a missing partner. So 13 total marbles, 6 are red, the rest are green. So you can solve it like this, or you could turn it into adding and solve it like that. Either way, you'll get an answer of 7. I'll put them over here and cross off 6 of them. And now we know that we have 7 left, right? Maybe use doubles +1 or -1 strategy for that guy. Okay, so 7 what? 7 green. I'm going to put green right here just so I can remember. Okay, now what happened? Mia gives him, so here's gives again, some more green marbles. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm boxing everything. And now he has 12. So he had 7. Mia gives him some more, and now he has 12. Can we solve a problem that looks like that? You bet. So 7 from right there. Mia gives him some more, and now he has a total of 12 green marbles. Okay. So if I wanted to solve this, I would count on, or add up, I mean. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I would get an answer of 5. You could also do this to solve it. I know some of you prefer subtraction. And cross off 7 and get an answer of 5. So Mia gave him 5 green marbles. Whew. Are you exhausted? I know I'm exhausted. 2-step word problems take a lot out of you. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and do this little mental math down below. There's just 3 addition and 3 subtraction problems. And when you're done, you can check your answers with mine. Please pause the video. All right, friends, let's check your answers. So 4 plus 6 is 10, 5 plus 7 is 12, 9 plus 6 is 15, 18 minus 9 is 9, 12 minus 8 is 4, and 11 minus 3 is 8. Give yourself a pat on the back today, friends. You guys did awesome. I will see you later.